YouTube channel. My name is Nyjee, but everyone calls me Nyjee. So you already know you can call me Nyjee. Today we're going to be doing poached pears, but I want to do it coffee infused with a vanilla bean Chantilly. And you know, I'm just really in the mood to cook today, okay? But I love poached pears. My father used to make us poached pears all the time, but the way we used to eat it in my house, we used to eat it with biscuits. We're not doing that today, but we are going to be doing this recipe, so I hope you enjoy it and you stay tuned to the end because I will be doing another plating tutorial. I want to do something again that's kind of contemporary but a little on the landscapey side, so please don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe. I'm here every Wednesday, and let's get started. So let's start with our Chantilly. I'm going to take some chilled heavy whipping cream. I'm going to take about a cup of that. Nice. Beautiful. And then I'm going to have a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. You can also use granulated sugar, but I think that the powdered sugar is a little bit more fine. I will say I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup, but this really depends on sweetness. You definitely want to just be able to add more. It's much easier to add more than take out, okay? But for the star of this show, we are going to be using vanilla bean. And I want to use real vanilla bean. You can use vanilla extract. I know it's a little expensive to buy the actual pod, but I think it for a beautiful taste. I'm going to open this up and take out the millions of thousands of vanilla bean seeds and add it to our whipping cream.
So I personally like to hand mix mine on a medium to high setting. It's just a preference. I like to get things done. But gradually add your powdered sugar. It's much easier just to add in the sugar just because you can really measure the sweetness that you want. And if you want to stop and taste it, just so you can see if that's the sweetness level that you want to be. Personally, I like my Chantilly a little sweeter, so I use a 1/4 cup and maybe just another 1/4 cup.
I'm going to change out the hand mixer for a wire whisk, and I just like to finish it by hand until we reach soft peaks. Soft, really beautiful peaks. And you don't want to over whip this because then it'll be really hard to work with and it'll start to curdle and become cheese, and you don't want that. So we are just about there. And then I am going to stick this in the fridge for it to chill while we work on our pears.
So when it comes to poaching pears, there's a traditional style of doing it in white wine with lemon, with some sort of zest to it. I want to transform that traditional recipe, and I want to do something coffee infused. So I'm going to be using some espresso coffee. And when you're poaching pears, you want to make sure that your pears are completely submerged. I'm going to be using the vanilla bean just because I feel that we can use what we already have and not throw things away. And also some white and brown sugar. You do want to make sure that your pears are completely submerged. If you don't get anything from this video, if you're going to poach pears, please make sure that they're completely submerged. There's nothing more upsetting than doing pears and only 3/4 of your pears are soft. So you definitely don't want that. So just make sure they're submerged, and you're going to let them come to a boil. And then you're going to let them simmer for just about an hour or until they are completely soft and pierceable. And don't forget to add a lid. So while those are simmering, we're going to work on our salty note. I'm going to brown some butter, and I'm going to be using some almonds and pecans. I'm going to sprinkle a little cinnamon just to give it some flavor, and I'm going to add that to the brown butter. And it is just such a simple salty note for this dish. It's a lot of sweet, so you definitely want to have something that will counteract with the sweet and that agrees with the plate. So something easy, butter and whatever nuts you'd like to use. Pecans and almonds are super cool together and they look beautiful together. So after I get those translucent and soft, I'm going to transfer them to a baking sheet and roast them for about 10 minutes. I sprinkled a little brown sugar on them just so they had like that salty sweet note. Now that everything is finished, we're going to start plating. I'm going to create a bed for the pear and the Chantilly to sit on. I'm going to take our almonds and pecans and create just something that's sturdy. Then I'm going to place a little bit of the Chantilly cream, not too much, just because when we add the pear, it's going to spread it out so it looks like the pear is surrounded by Chantilly cream. And the pears came out wonderful. Oh my goodness, like they're just this beautiful hazelnutty color and they just taste delicious. I'm not even gonna hold you, but I'm gonna sit the pear right on top, and I reduced down a little bit of the poaching liquid just so I got thick, and just drizzled that around the plate. And I wanted to give two options. So this is more of the simplistic, minimal. Some people like that. I like a little bit of, pizzazz. So I added some cinnamon. And I think it really intensified the plate and the notes that we're trying to bring out on this plate. And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this coffee infused pear recipe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye guys.